everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to make this double fan autogele with design at the front. For this autogele I use 5 lines of ashoke to make it. Okay, as usual, make your autogele base and set aside. Okay, for the fan part with design, we'll be starting with that one. It will be at the left side of our autogele facing us. Okay, so the measurements are 41 inches, 37 inches, 17 inches, 17 inches. Okay, first I will take my the two 17 inches, I'll take to my sewing machine and join them together. Okay, after joining the two 17 inches, I will take to my sewing machine and I will hem one side of them. I will hem this, hem this, hem this. You can see I hemmed them separately. I folded twice, you can see. Next, I will turn to the right side. Okay, the longest one will be at the top. So I'll take to my sewing machine and I will join them. You see, this is the right side facing me. I'll start from here and I will join them. I will join this and I will join this. Okay, this is it. After joining them, you can see. Okay, next I will thread my needle and I will set aside. Okay, time for me to form my plate. Okay, I'll come here. I want the height of my plate to start with 3 inches. I'll be starting from 3 inches. So I will first form 4 straight plates, then I will start slanting it. 4 straight plates. First, I will fold in half an inch. You can see. Remember, the height is 3 inches. I'll hold on to the 3 inches. Then I will form straight plate, the second one, the third, and the fourth. I will stitch it first. Okay, next I will start slanting my plates. I will slant them till I get here. So I will start slanting. You can see what I'm doing. I slanted 1 inch. Okay. Okay, when I get to the second strip, I will stitch them together. Okay, next I'll come to the last 2 strips and I'll form my plate. Okay, then next I'll stitch at 2 inches. You see, I'll measure 2 inches and I'll stitch them together there. Okay, don't cut out your thread yet. Next, I'll get my base. Okay, I'll fold my base in half and I'll insert a pin at the middle. Okay, for this fan plate, it will be at the left and the other fan plate will be at the right, facing me. So I want this to be at the middle and the second fan plate will be at 3 inches after the middle. Okay, so I'll measure 3 inches. Okay, I'll measure 3 inches and I'll insert a pin there. You see where I'm inserting it, because this first plate will be here, the other one will come from the back. Okay, when I'm done, I'll knot my thread. Next, this place I'll cover it with the excess here. Okay, just watch what I'm doing. Okay, next I will slant it backwards and tack it to my base. You can see. You can see where the thread is coming out is where it's going into, so that my thread will not be visible. Okay, this is it. Next, I'll take to my sewing machine. The remaining part, I'll sew them down to my base. You can use your needle and thread. This is it after sewing it down to my base. Next, I'll set aside to work on my second fan. For the second fan, the measurements are 20 inches, 20 inches, 40 inches, 40 inches. Next, I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll join the two 20 inches and join the two 40 inches. Okay, this is it after joining them. You can see. Next, I'll take to my sewing machine and I will hem one side of this and one side of this. Okay, this is it after hemming them. Next, I'll turn to the right side. Okay, you can see. Then I will be joining them together. I will join the 40 inches to the 20 inches like this. You can see. I'll take, this is the right side facing me, I'll take to my sewing machine and I'll sew. Okay, this is it. After joining them, you can see. Next, I'll thread my needle and set aside. Okay, I want the height of my first plate to be 6 inches, so I'll measure 6 inches. You can see, you can insert a pin there. Okay, this is it. Then I'll fold in 1 inch, you can see. Then I'll come here, I'll measure 2 inches. Okay, this is my 2 inches, and I'll slant it to the 1 inch here, you can see. Okay, then I'll start forming my plate. I'll form my plate till I get here. Okay, this is it. I've gotten to the last line, the last second line, so I'll stitch my plates together. On the 6 inches mark, you can see. You can remove your pin. Okay, set your thread aside. You come here and you form another plate. Okay, now set your thread aside. You get your base. Okay, I will be attaching it at the pin that we inserted earlier at 3 inches. Okay, so where the thread is coming out, I'll insert it there. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, next, just like I did here, I'll cover this part. Okay, next, I'll place my base well, you can see. Then I'll take this, the first plate, you can see, I'll cross it over the first fan that we formed. Don't drag it at all. Just relax your base, get it and place it on top of this one. Make sure you are not dragging it. Then I will tack it down here. next you can use your needle and thread and sew the remaining parts, or you can take to your sewing machine and sew them down. Okay, this is it. After sewing down the remaining part, next I will place it on my mannequin head. Okay, next is to start arranging my plates. Okay, next I'll come here on the first plate. I'll measure our usual 2.5 inches. That is where I'll be holding my plates at. Okay, this is 2.5. I'll hold on to there. You can mark it. Okay, still holding on to the 2.5 inches, you pull up your top plate, just the top plate. Okay, I'll stitch them at that 2.5 inches mark. Okay, next is to work on this. Okay, measure your 2.5 inches and hold on to it and arrange your plates just like we did here. Is to attach the handles for tying. Okay, next is to measure out 1 inch and trim out the excess part. Then I'll attach my handles for tying. I have shown this part in many of my previous videos. Okay, next I'll tie my gele. Then arrange your plates. Okay, next is to tag them. Okay, I am done with this side. Then next I'll come to this side. I'll form a flower or lollipop design. You can see. Then I will tack it here. Okay, you can come here too and tack here down here, you can see, just to keep it in place. You see, from inside this plate, I'll bring out my thread. Okay, you can see it. Okay, next is to tag the remaining plates like I did here. Okay, next you can see here the first plate. I will just tack it down like this. Okay, I'm done. Next, you can tag these two together to keep them in place, and I'll come here, I'll tack here to this place to keep it in place, and that will be all. Don't forget to subscribe if you are yet to subscribe, and click on the notification bell to get notified anytime I post a new video. Thank you for watching.